Honestly, I don't know if I've ever actually shown off any of my own games before at Dirty Rectangle.
You haven't!
No, I know.
My first one ever.
Yeah, I've only been part of this for so many years and showing things, other people's stuff for so long. So I finally, if you don't know anything about me, probably one of my favorite games ever since I was a little kid.
What is it?
Wing Commander Privateer. Woo! Does anyone remember the old Wing Commander games? Woo! Yes. So when I was younger, I was a huge fan of Wing Commander. When I was a young kid, you might remember that flight sims kind of stopped being an important thing when it came to game design, which is depressing. So you might remember these bad boys, right?
What is it?
A Logitech Wingman 2 joystick.
What's that?
I purchased it for $2.99 at Value Village. It works completely 100%. The joystick works fine. It's still as noisy as hell as these joysticks have ever been. The hat still works. All the buttons, perfect. So what do I want to do? I want to make another flight sim game. I want to make another game like Wing Commander Privateer, the games that I was a kid. So anyways, the kind of theme that I've always enjoyed, I don't know if you played Wing Commander Privateer, but there's kind of two schools of thought when it comes to flight sim game design. You're either designing a flight sim so that it flies like Star Wars, right? So think of Star Wars and like old Star Trek. So essentially what you have is two groups of battleships on a plane facing off against each other and fighters coming after each other. The key aspect to this, though, is if you think about it, yes, I want to play. Okay. The key aspect to this, if you think about it, though, is both things are on this plane. Does anybody remember the movie Wrath of Khan?
Yeah.
No!
Yes. How does Kirk defeat Khan?
Goes under him.
That's right. He comes up from underneath. But if they understood how space combat actually works, why would coming up from underneath ever work in space combat? Technically, two groups coming together to battle should come together at any particular angle. There's no horizon in which these fights can happen. So what did flight sims, particularly space flight sims, incorporate in order to make their combat in space work?
False horizons.
False horizons. That's exactly correct.
I've been here for 3 seconds, people.
Yes, no, that's exactly right. The idea of false horizons. All these ships are on the same plane, and all these ships are fighting each other. What's a game that doesn't have false horizons?
X-Wing.
No, X-Wing has false horizons. Way out of left field with Tetris.
Wing Commander.
Wing Commander has false horizons because Wing Commander is based on the ship combat in Star Wars, which is based on the combat in World War II. Descent does not have false horizons, but what Descent has in order to constrain you is the entire combat system is designed around fighting in mines. So you're a spaceship who has full 360 degrees in every direction freedom, fighting inside simple mines.
Yeah, but it was cool.
It was
Bill,
cool.
the game
What are you looking for?
Home space or home front.
Anybody play Homefront?
Homeworld, yes, Homeworld. Homeworld was a game where ships could come out attacking each other. The other one is Brendan Chung's game Flotilla. Have you ever played it? Yes, Flotilla.
Flotilla is in 2D.
No, it's 3D, and you have space animals fighting each other. I don't think it's as good as Gravity Bone, but it is wonderful. So basically, alright, so this stream of consciousness, where is it going? Well, basically, Wing Commander Privateer is based on Star Wars. Star Wars is based on World War II combat. World War II combat was another important flight sim genre in the mid-90s that has since died off, except for the most diehard of grognards who will play flight sims that are insane.
Falcon 4.0, what?
Yes. L2 Stormovic, yes. Those similar games that seem to be named after actual planes are way too difficult for the casual consumer in order to play. The other end of the spectrum of, course, is incredibly arcadey flight sims, which aren't so
Just Cause 2.
Just Cause 2. Flight sims in third-person shooter games
Battlefield.
also Battlefield, yes, are also incredibly easy. Star Fox is an on-rail shooter game, so it's not even a flight sim. I'm so sorry, it's wonderful. What, all range mode?
All range mode.
Rails.
All right.
No all range mode.
Shit's got balls, homie.
Yes, Crimson Size is another touch point. Yes, Crimson Size, yes, hold on a second. I'm building this up. I'm building it up. So basically, to boil it all down to brass tacks, where do all these games derive their original concept from?
Tell us.
I will tell you. Red Baron, yes, is another important one.
Pawn.
Interesting. I'm not, even though I'm a backer of Star Citizen, when they started announcing all the technical ideas behind Star Citizen, they're like, oh, you're still a fly-by-wire, but you have 14 jets on your ship, and it controls exactly the same. It sounds like ridiculous, insane complications for no reason.
I think it's
That kind of stuff frustrates me. The main idea for me is always come up with one main idea and make sure that plays as best as possible. And if you can manage that, then everyone will enjoy it. Well, not everyone, but most people will enjoy your game. But if you try to simulate systems that are incredibly complicated, you might end up being obsessed more with simulating systems than making something that's actually worth playing. Which I think in the end is the goal for everything. Not to say that what I've made, Wing Commander, the great thing about Wing Commander is it was based on False Horizons in space, so everything happened on what is in essence a plane in space. As objects moved around, there was a lot less counter-action where you had jets flying and other jets would hit them from another direction. You did have a bit of elevation, but everything was based around the same plane. Similar to how Star Wars dogfights work, which all ties back to World War II combat, where you have major capital ships that are large to send off small fighter ships, and then you have sorties between these ships in order to win battles, and everyone has a good, terrible time destroying each other with machine guns, right?
Yeah.
So, what my idea was is to take a world of World War II fighter craft, but I liked a lot of the systems that were included in Wing Commander. So I always thought, why did we update to the 60s where we first started having computer technology? The problem is, in the 60s, planes started having jet propulsion. What's the problem with jet propulsion?
It sucks.
It's too fast. You cannot have dogfights with jet propulsion, despite their best efforts in, what's that movie? Top Gun, yes. Despite their best efforts in Top Gun, jets versus jets sorties are not as interesting because it's mostly who has the longer range missiles. They fire theirs first, the other one goes down, fight's over. Not interesting. What is interesting is the dogfight. Danger zone. So I thought, what about if 1960s technology meets up with World War II technology, and you end up having World War II becoming similar to the Cold War, where you have certain people interacting together. Which theater would this be most appropriate for? Pacific Theater, of course.
I stole it.
Theater where you have all ships to defend. So the entire game would be based around transferring goods between different islands within island chains and atolls, and flying back and forth. Every plane has sea landing on it because that's awesome. Maybe there'll be fishing involved because fishing's hilarious. Yes.
Can you have cargo cults?
Cargo cult? Yes, I want cargo cults in my game. You guys don't know what cargo cults are. Who doesn't know what a cargo cult is? Oh man, you have a Wikipedia adventure later. Cargo cults are the most interesting
Just
thing.
tell her to go look it up.
I will tell. What? I can
Don't explain it. You don't have
No,
time.
I have all the time I want. That's the advantage of this. Who's coming after me?
I want to go last.
The basic idea of cargo cults were certain tribes in the Pacific understood that American troops sent cargo to their bases. So what they had set up was they would always have towers, and they would always have people on the ground waving in these planes. And the large planes would come in and deliver cargo, right? Makes sense. But the problem is they didn't understand the mechanism where the planes were coming in because there was some distant commanding these planes to learn certain things to deliver cargo. They needed cargo because they understood what cargo was. It was chocolate bars, it was food, it was weapons, it was other things in order to better their lives on these individual islands, right? So what did the islanders do? Well, they thought the planes were in effect some sort of gods, or at least some sort of avatar of the gods. So they had to figure out a way to get those gods to come to where they were. So they developed cargo cults. So what cargo cults were in essence groups of villagers on these islands who did not exactly understand the system. So what they built they built traditions around how Americans had traditions to bring the planes down. So they cleared out wide swaths of their jungle to create landing strips. They built out of bamboo and wood control towers because they knew control towers were important. They built fake airplanes because they knew airplanes only went where airplanes were. So they built their own decoy airplanes, and then they had people who dressed up like American soldiers in order to wave in the cargo. So that's what a cargo cult is. It's basically a religion based around the idea of trying to command American fighter airport cargo planes to land where they were. You know what the most ridiculous part about it was, though? It worked. Flying is a difficult thing, particularly in the 1940s.
We fly the fucking plane, Eric.
What? Hold on. We're still on cargo cults. So even in the 1940s, flying was difficult, right? So if you think your instruments are not quite exact, so you know approximately where you are, but you see these lights that are a runway. You see people in a control tower and additional planes, and then you land your planes, and it's a whole bunch of people who brought you down for cargo. But you want to make friends with these people, so you give it to them anyways. So who is the real dupe in this situation? Like, it ended up working, right? So that's the funny part. Anyways, cargo cults, incredibly interesting. Nothing to do with my game.
Oh my god.
Did you ever see Porco Rosso?
I haven't seen it, but people have told me about it. So anyways, the major cultural touchstone of things that exist that I wanted to base my game on right now are Wing Commander Privateer, obviously. The other thing that was big in my mind when I came up with the concept is a little Disney called Tailspin.
Fucking Tailspin!
So I'm not cribbing directly off it, but what was the main thing that they did in Tailspin?
They fucking flew planes!
Anthropomorphic.
Animals.
Animals, yes, that's not important at all to mine, but yes, that's very important to Tailspin. Also, the Jungle Book was an important part of the show for some reason, but it has nothing to do with what I'm making. No, the most important thing, what is Blue the Bear, and what was his buddy name? His buddy's name.
I don't know.
The little bear.
Hawaiian shirts.
Hawaiian shirts, yes. Hawaiian shirts are an important part about it.
Baby Blue Bear.
Baby Blue. No. Anyways, what did they fly? They flew a large, flat-body aircraft. Their entire job was about flying cargo around this kind of fantasy universe. So every storyline was about them trying to deliver cargo at
It's like Futurama, right?
Yeah, Futurama kind of thing. The idea of scrappy underdogs flying through a position, having to deal with things like pirates, having to court the edge of the law in order to get their missions. So I want to base it very much on like that kind of idea of rogues flying your spaceship in some sort of ocean environment.
Probably not.
Cargo. I want to have lots of interesting cargo. I don't want to give it all like.
Where's your yacht?
There is no yacht. You're
don't
flying a
have a
spaceship.
You don't have a yacht?
No.
What are you, new?
What kind of shitty spaceship simulator are you flying?
Everything should have a yacht, homie. You can do it. You can do it. You can Justin.
Yeah, Justin.
No atmosphere wise.
You can have an aft thrust. This way to rotate you with a fucking auxiliary thrust to
I know,
yacht
yes.
space.
Drug Wars is probably an important touchstone too. It's like one of
You
those.
say Junkyard Wars?
No, Drug Wars. What's interesting about Drug Wars is it took the classic gameplay type of the commodities trader and then made it specifically about drugs, right? But that's all Drug Wars was. Well, Drug Wars' only selling point was the fact that it was about drugs. It was still a classic space commodities trader. Of course, I would build into it the ridiculous triangle trade where you take raw materials from like the mines, you take them to the refineries take the finished materials to the agriculture takes the food to the mines or whatever. Right? There's certain costs in other areas. That'd be interesting. But I want to do more stuff like you have to deal with certain cargo gets wet and then it's not useful. So if you have if a plane you're escorting blows up and it's full of smokes and it lands in the water, all your smokes are wet. So that's a waste of money. Whereas if it lands in the water and it's full of rum, that's cool. You can pick up the rum and make the delivery. So a lot of the ship situation would be about trying to figure out these kind of more weird commodities, what you can see and things like that. Anyways, so this was my 3-hour prototype.
Oh, nice.
Basically, I made a simple model, and then I put ridiculous amounts of shaders on the camera.
Attaboy.
What are you doing?
Dude, your shit rolls too fast.
Flying, Justin.
Dude, this is
You're
so
not
much better.
flying a bomber, you're flying a fighter.
Dude, this is so much better.
Oh!
Alright, so yeah, this is the first pass. It took me 3 hours to come up with this so far. Any questions?
Ever see Sky Captain in the World War II?
Yes, Sky Captain of the World
have
tomorrow.
giant robots?
Diesel Punk. I don't know. I was thinking remaining pretty true to the idea that World War II technology just stagnated for a couple years.
You know what?
You got more electronics.
I'll give you
Steam
this.
powered planes.
Like Steambirds?
Steambirds, that's already a thing.
Steambirds is pretty cool.
You get 0.5, 1.5.
Where do you want to go with this?
That's pretty aggressive.
What I want to make, at first I want to make sure that there's, the dog fighting is entertaining. That's my first step with this. I want to have a good ocean shader, good dog fighting. And from there I want to build on a system that interconnects individual sorties between other ones. I haven't figured out whether you'll be able to fly fly-by-wire between things, or do a system like Wing Commander where you autopilot, or do a system like Mountain Blade where when you have an interaction, the interaction exists in like a 14-kilometer area, but as soon as that interaction's finished, then you go back to the world map and you can continue flying. That was another idea I had. That might be the easiest to implement, because that way I don't have to deal with things like loading and unloading terrain files as you're fucking flying your plane over additional islands.
Yeah, so this is going to be in space?
No, this is
It's gonna be the South Pacific, motherfucker!
Yeah, it's in the Pacific Ocean, on an otherwise unnamed series of islands.
Is it single player, multiplayer?
Right now, single player, though I might make a multiplayer dogfighting component because that's entertaining. Yes.
Does it have stalls?
Stalls, I might make it so that you can manually stall your aircraft. I don't want it to happen automatically. It's simplified arcade control. So if you cut your engines, you'll stall, but if you
A manual stall would be pretty
straight ahead, because I don't think that's as interesting. Fighting against your plane is not as entertaining as dog fighting. Yes,
You should save my settings right now.
War Thunder.
War Thunder. I heard of War Thunder. I have not checked out War Thunder.
Free to play, I think it's on.
That's the one by Gadget Games. It's like online multiplayer. Yeah.
Really?
I've not played it.
Yeah, there's multiple modes.
Yeah, Gadget Games.
Like there's one that's realistic, you got like tons of buttons, and then the other one's arcade.
No, I have not played it yet.
Like both planes.
I got real excited about shaders and making an airplane model, and this is about as far as I got other than my idea.
Dude, this is so much better than 5 and 5 right here.
Yeah. So any other questions? Yes.
So you said you were mentioning capital ships earlier, so you're gonna have like giant planes or like airships?
One idea I thought of having is having one of the enemy's bases being a giant dirigible in the clouds that launches planes from it. So one of your final missions is to find it in a distant cloud and blow it.
Hover ships.
Yeah, well, not hover ships. I don't know, but definitely like giant dirigibles. I haven't actually played Crimson Sky.
The PC one, not the Xbox One, it was shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you playing to add like fantasy elements to myself?
Nothing too fantastical. Only alternate universe.
Yeah.
No, there will be, you'll be allowed to collect cargo that's like floating in the water.
If you eject from your plane and land on someone else's plane and hijack it.
No, there's already a game that's like that coming out.
Tow cables.
Tow cables.
Tow cables.
Oh,
Tow cables. Please. Look at that. Look at that.
Get the Star Wars hooks. We can take out some AT-8. How about space whales?
Space whales? I don't know if there will be space whales.
Chase that fucking shadow.
Trademark. Space whales. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Alright, yeah, so that's basically where I'm at so far. Any other questions?
What about damage bottles? Like, is the plane going to break up when it gets hit?
Yes.
Chewing gum. Chewing gum. You should be able to put
Also, I want to have customizable weapons so you can alternate. Putting on more higher rate of fire, additional armor will make your plane slower, obviously. So if you want to try to do a run where you're taking something like maybe a high expense, high illicit item, you might want to take off your guns and take off your armor and just like try to blast through without getting hit. Because I always thought that was interesting in games like this. Too many games focus on the idea that you have to win the fight. Sometimes the only way to win is to escape. That's always my problem playing. I don't know if anyone else played this game, but Auto Duel. When I was a little kid, no one played Auto Duel. It was the game that Origin Studios made before they made Wing Commander. It was based on a Steve Jackson RPG, where you have cars and you put weapons on them and you blow each other up. It was rad. Anyways, apparently I never figured this out, but the most important part about that game is actually avoiding your enemies and escaping. All I did was sell off my car, buy a bus ticket to the casino, and gamble the whole time. Which apparently isn't the right way to play the game, but it was the way I played it. So will there be riverboat gambling? I think so.
Oh, no. Aircraft carrier gambling.
It's like a roulette table on the plane. What about Oculus Rift support?
Oculus Rift support? Well, it's Unity, so I can
He's
do
gonna
Oculus
he's
Rift
gonna
support.
Kickstarter for it. He's gonna
Yes, it will be a Kickstarter goal.
stretch goal.
It'll be one of the first stretch goals that it
No,
goes
Phil,
up.
copyright that shit, man. Pay it out.
Roulette's on the plane?
No, it's
Don't
tell everyone the secrets,
capital
Jonah.
after third year with a
Yes,
pain
Oculus
game.
Rift. I have an Oculus Rift.
One more month.
Yeah. So maybe I could have Oculus Rift support done tomorrow. Oculus Rift. Alright, cool. Any other questions?
do you want me to make this multiplayer tomorrow?
A rock band cover by Rockulus Rift? Yes. Maybe, as long as the lead singer is Scooby-Doo. Alright, so any other questions about my simple flight sim?
Do you want to keep my settings?
Any other promises you want me to make? Well,
Can you promise to keep that this is that 2 and 2 is way better pitch and roll speed than 5 and 5?
What about a tailspin skin?
It was too fast.
sorry? I piled a whole bunch of shaders on the camera. Here, hold on. Here's what 2 and
1.5 is way better. No, but 2 and 1.5.
Check this out. Get out of here. I'll turn off all my shaders and see what it looks like.
Keep the blue.
Did you follow? Oh, yeah.
There's all the shaders turned off.
Way better.
Who even knows what's going on anymore?
This guy.
Your model looks cooler, but your train does not.
You need more ambient occlusion. Yeah, and turn up the ambient occlusion.
I don't know if you guys have fucked with these color settings, but it is a lot of fun.
Watch the language. This isn't your garage.
There we go.
Yes!
Whoa!
You did it! You made a game!
Here we go. Full day-night cycle support.
Spinach is fantastic right there.
No.
I can make this multiplayer like I can make this multiplayer like 20 minutes.
Tide support. What other things am I gonna promise?
Yeah. Day-night cycle.
Yeah, lunar
Weather.
cycles.
Weather cycles. Okay. Clouds.
Put on the 3DS.
3DS support. Maybe we'll see. We're in talks
Plane
with Nintendo
transformations.
about
I want Santa. Yes. I want Santa to fly by plane.
Look at this fucking shadow proxy.
Yeah.
Better shadows.
Yes. I'm gonna catch it like Pooh
Top Gun soundtrack for the whole game.
Yeah, I was gonna say radio station.
Sung by McQuiggan.
You should always be able to get points flying near your shadow on the water. Shadow always
Yes,
be a
points will factor big into my game.
or fuel. Style.
It's like an AC/DC soundtrack.
Make the water splash.
No hands,
Yeah, there'll be sky pirates.
Skyrates.
Skyrim.
There'll be commies and Nazis to fight because
You have your choice. That's
they're both there. They're
the way to
problems.
do it,
You
really.
don't
You
have
know
to
what? And they're both evil.
Not necessarily, but they should. It's up to
What?
you.
Whoa.
At least one of them is
Hey, it's up to you if you want to side with the Nazis.
Are you influenced at all by that Pure Pat game, the Chernobyl Stalker?
No.
This isn't.
I will not. You will not have to collect cans of food and then eat them while a dude plays guitar. At which you wait them to go to sleep and then you stab them all and steal their bullets. No, you don't have to do that in my game. No, a sleep bullet stabbing.
Add that to your game.
There's no stabbing your former friends in their beds while they're asleep.
No, that's not an option.
No. It's not in the current spec docs.
I'm not buying this game.
Will it have scan line?
That should be a stretch goal.
Scan lines, maybe.
Scan lines.
That's another Kickstarter stretch goal.
So all your stretch goals should be like
$290,000.
scan lines.
I don't buy
$500,000. Motion blur.
At $600,000, we will get a real Unity Pro license.
$1 million.
$1 million, we will put your face in the game as a plane. Just their face. Skin the plane. You get to make all
Also,
the
there will
sound.
be cockpits because, that's where you're looking through the Oculus. You'll be in the cockpit.
You have to buy an Oculus to see the cockpit.
$900,000.
Stretch goal should be $600 for an Oculus Rift support. You just buy an Oculus Rift, you can support it for free.
Cool. All right, any other questions?
Yeah, there is.
Cool.